feel like doing that shit.
I'm looking to the camera. I hate red.
What's crazy is that Dirk might be in cuffs because one of his mans told on him. According to court documents, a dude named OTF Jam, who is a trusted member of the crew, played a
Everyone who hates ads will be using this Chrome extension by 2025. I feel like I just found a Google cheat code. It's a Chrome extension.
Crucial role in
the nigga hey
that brought down Lil Durk. It turns out that
look like a rat, and he got rats. Red no. He bogus as hell.
This dude had been released from prison in 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder.
You should have known this nigga was snitching.
Apparently, he was an informant who had been cooperating with authorities for years. The craziest part about all this is that he wore a wire while around Lil Durk and other OTF gang members, which provided intel to the feds, a betrayal that no one saw coming, not even Durkio. According to the indictment, Jam's recordings and the information he provided were key in linking Durk to the now infamous murder-for-hire plot that almost took out Quando Rondo. If you understand OTF Jam's relationship with Durk, then his involvement in ratting out the OTF boss will shock you, and his secret recordings, which have formed the backbone of the case against Durk, will start to look like the worst case of backstabbing in hip-hop history.
Jam,
a longtime member of OTF, was considered a brother by Lil Durk. During Jam's 12-year incarceration for attempted murder, Durk stood by him, providing financial support and ensuring that Jam's needs were met. This included covering legal fees, purchasing a house and car, and gifting him more than $50,000 in cash.
Say he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fact.
More than that. More than that.
But can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that. But bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight. Like,
but if this wasn't enough, Durk also took care of OTF Jam, even while he was in jail. So what would make someone turn on their homie without any remorse?
Like Durk come through one time, that's sure. I don't know if nobody say like. I know I'm a real witness. Like
a lot of niggas can't say he seen tricks.
Like my whole time in jail, I was straight.
It turns out Durk may have been involved in the death of his baby mama. According to reports, Lil Durk found out that Jam had been wearing a wire all along. Determined to get his revenge, Durk knew that getting an FBI informant murked could bring him unwanted attention from the feds, so he went after his child's mother, Octavia Redmond. And on a seemingly ordinary day in the West Pullman neighborhood of Chicago, the life of a beloved postal worker, Octavia Redmond, was tragically cut short on the 19th of July, 2024. At approximately noon, Octavia was in front of a Chicago home, preparing to deliver mail, when a stolen SUV pulled up nearby. The vehicle, later identified as the getaway car, was driven by a 15-year-old suspect. The suspect exited the SUV and approached Octavia with a chilling intent. Without warning, he shot her multiple times at close range, leaving her critically injured on the ground. The suspect, meanwhile, fled the scene in the stolen SUV. The 48-year-old woman was taken to Christ Hospital in critical condition, where she was later pronounced dead at the hospital. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, the Chicago Police Department launched an intensive investigation to track down the suspect. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service also became involved, offering a substantial reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible. They took to their X account, where they announced a $250,000 prize for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the suspect responsible for the homicide. As the investigation unfolded, authorities utilized footage from police and private cameras to trace the suspect's movements before and after the shooting. The stolen SUV was identified, and an anonymous tip provided crucial information that helped identify the suspect. Months passed as investigators worked tirelessly to bring the perpetrator to justice. The breakthrough came when the suspect was located in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and arrested on a murder warrant. Despite Durk's loyalty to his homie, Jam decided to become what the Chicago rapper hates the most, a rat. But having his baby's mother killed didn't solve anything. The damage was already done. So what exactly did OTF Jam reveal to the cops that might see Durk get the death penalty? Well, OTF Jam's revelations to the cops started with the tragic events of November 6, 2020. That night, King Von, Durkio's best friend, was killed outside an Atlanta nightclub. The altercation began as a physical fight between Von and Quando Rondo, escalating into gunfire when a member of Rondo's entourage allegedly shot Von multiple times, resulting in his death. CCTV footage showed Von approaching fellow rapper Quando Rondo and punching him. to the ground. Vaughn's guys joined in and started beating the brakes off Quando as he tried in vain to get away from his attackers. As the assault went on, one of Quando's homeboys, who was later identified as Lil Tim, appeared from behind their vehicle with a gun in hand and started letting off shots as everyone ran away. Vaughn was hit on his torso. He would later die from his gunshot wounds while in hospital during surgery. For Lil Durk, the death of his friend was not only a personal tragedy, but also a catalyst for further animosity towards Quando Rondo. Rumors began to circulate that Durk had placed a bounty on Rondo's head, fueling speculation and fear within the industry. Court documents show that OTF Jam told cops that after Vaughn's death, Durk used coded language to tell OTF members that he would pay a bounty to anyone who would take part in killing Quando Rondo. Durk's cousin, DeAndre Wilson, also told OTF members that anyone who took part in the murder would be rewarded with lucrative music opportunities with OTF, which was also a music label. In August 2022, Lil Durk's associates allegedly learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles and plans to murk Quando were set in motion. Lil Durk's associates, DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and Asa Houston, traveled from Chicago to San Diego and then driven to Los Angeles, allegedly using funds provided by Durk himself. The group was determined to carry out their mission with precision and stealth, avoiding any direct links to Durk by following his alleged instructions to avoid booking flights under names associated with him. The feds revealed that they obtained information from Durk's iCloud, where he warned them not to book anything in his name. However, despite the warning, they still went ahead and booked the flights using a credit card linked to Lil Durk and OTF. Upon their arrival, the OTF members met with Kion Grant, a top associate who had flown to Los Angeles on a private jet. Grant played a crucial role in facilitating the operation, securing hotel accommodations for the group, purchasing ski masks, and obtaining 2 luxury sedans to be used in the ambush. According to court records, Grant also provided Jones, Lindsay, and an unidentified third member with firearms, including one that had been converted into a machine gun, further escalating the potential for violence. As the day unfolded, the group allegedly began tracking Quando Rondo and his associate Robinson as they traveled around Los Angeles in a Cadillac Escalade. Their journey took them to various locations, including a marijuana dispensary and a clothing store in West Hollywood. The tension was palpable as the suspects followed their targets, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The climax of the day's events occurred at a gas station across from the Beverly Center, a bustling area in the heart of Los Angeles. Here, Asa Houston allegedly parked his car strategically behind the station, setting the stage for the ambush. As Quando Rondo and Robinson stopped at the gas station, Jones, Lindsay, and the third unidentified man reportedly exited their vehicle, armed and ready to execute their plan. The suspects opened fire, unleashing a hail of bullets in an attempt to kill Rondo. Tragically, Lul Pab, Quando's cousin, who was standing outside the Escalade, was struck and killed in the gunfire.
Yo, with this plugin, you can make sounds that nobody else is making. I'm talking about Output Arcade, baby.
While Rondo miraculously escaped unharmed. The scene was one of chaos and terror as bystanders scrambled for safety and the suspects fled the scene. Afterwards, the suspects regrouped at an In-N-Out hamburger stand where they allegedly discussed payment with Kion Grant. The group then made their way back to Chicago, flying from San Diego as authorities began piecing together the details of the brazen attack. Word on the streets is that these 2 murders aren't the only ones that Durk has paid for. From his brother's killer to an op who disrespected Vaughn's mural, Durk has been moving reckless for a while. Murders Lil Durk has paid for. The earliest murder-for-hire plot that Durk has been caught up in involves the murder of his brother. The story starts with the death of Lil Durk's brother, D Thang, on June 7th, 2021. On a Sunday morning outside a strip club in South Suburban Harvey, shots were fired and D Thang was shot in the head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Word on the street was that a dude named Stefan Mack was responsible for D Thang's death, so Lil Durk put a bounty on his head. And on January 7th, 2022, Mack was gunned down at the Youth Peace Center of Roseland, located at 420 West 111th Street in Chicago. Soon, 2 men, Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell, were indicted with murder for hire. The events leading up to Mack's murder were meticulously planned. Montgomery Wilson and Powell, along with other unidentified accomplices, allegedly conspired to execute Mack in exchange for money. The plot involved the use of a cell phone and a 2014 Chrysler 300, which were deemed facilities of interstate commerce by prosecutors. As Mack exited the Youth Peace Center, gunmen emerged from a vehicle and opened fire, leaving him fatally wounded. A security guard was also injured in the attack but survived. The indictment, initially kept under seal, was made public, revealing the gravity of the accusations against the 2 men. Montgomery Wilson and Powell were charged with conspiracy to use an interstate facility in the commission of a murder for hire. Additionally, Montgomery Wilson faced an individual individual murder for hire count, and a gun charge. As the legal proceedings unfolded, Montgomery Wilson found himself in custody, facing the full weight of the charges against him. During his arraignment, Montgomery Wilson pleaded not guilty, setting the stage for a potentially lengthy and contentious trial. His defense team is expected to challenge the evidence presented by the prosecution, which includes photos from the U.S. Attorney's Office allegedly showing him pursuing the victim with a firearm. Meanwhile, Preston Powell remains a fugitive, with law enforcement agencies.
Them niggas gangsters. That's gonna be it for that video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know, we got daily YouTube video, daily Twitch stream, daily YouTube stream, daily videos, daily TikTok videos. You know, we gonna be dropping. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, come shout some love, tap into the streams every day. That's gonna be it for this though. Come shout back. We gone.